only on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at game number 9 in our 20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System series, and this is one of the great entries in the Mega Man series. This game introduced some cool new elements like a slide and an assistant robot named Rush, a dog. And this is Mega Man 3, created by Capcom in 1990 for the NES. And I owned this, and this was a fantastic game. There are some slowdown issues at points in this game which turned off a number of gamers, but it's still a fantastic entry. And there is Rush, the robotic dog. He can turn into a springboard, or he can turn into a submarine, and he can turn into a mobile platform. This game had some of the most awesome music for the Nintendo at the time. I was super impressed by this game. And it's not short, it's very long. It's got a lot of gameplay to it. We'll just jump right in. We're going to look at the 8 different robot bosses. There is Spark Man, there's Snake Man, there's Needle Man, Hard Man, Top Man, Gemini Man, Magnet Man, and Shadow Man. And we're going to start with Magnet Man. The easiest boss to start with might have been Top Man. But if you've never played the Mega Man series, you go through the stage for a while, and eventually you'll meet up with the boss. And these magnet guys pull you up a little bit and take you with them. The slide that Mega Man can do now in this game, you do it by pressing down and jump. And that's very important to remember. This is the first time we'll see Proto Man. And it looks like he's an enemy. He's not really. Maybe he's just testing Mega Man's strength or something, but he appears here and there and you have to fight him. Not on every stage. In fact, most of the stages he doesn't appear. We're not going to do a full playthrough of this game because that would take forever, but there you saw me sliding. The music in this game, like, I just can't get over it. It's fan-freaking-tastic. My favorite stage's music's probably Gemini Man and where's the other one? Shadow Man. Note that there are these magnets that try to pull Mega Man towards them, and sometimes you'll be trying to hop on platforms and they'll just pull you right off of them. Those little black and white flashing items, oh, there's those stupid platforms from Mega Man 1. Those black and white items are restoration for your energy. And these blocks will appear and then disappear, and you just have to remember how to hop on them, what the timing is. And yeah, that magnet will try to pull you off with one of them. If you ended up getting Rush's if you ended up getting Rush's jet form, then you could skip all this crap. But I do not have it. You automatically have Rush's springboard, which is denoted by RC when you pause the game. That will allow you to jump really high. And whenever you pause, you'll get to choose from one of the robot boss weapons that you stole after you beat them, or you can choose one of Rush's different forms on the pause screen. Those blue items will restore your weapon, your boss weapon that you fired, the weapon that you stole from the bosses. Mega Man has his default weapon, which has infinite use. just a little laser. In fact, I think it's called Mega Buster. But all the robot weapons and Rush's forms will rely on an energy meter, and you'll need to collect blue icons to restore them. And this is Magnet Man, and he's fairly easy. Just note that sometimes he uses magnetic power to try to draw Mega Man in. Otherwise, he will jump up and shoot 3 magnets at you. And the magnets can easily be avoided. And if you need to avoid them quickly, you can use the slide, and you just press down and jump, and you will slide away from them. Oops. Some of the bosses are weak against other boss robot weapons. I'm trying to remember what he's weak against, but I do not have that weapon yet, so I can't use it against him. You can start on any of those 8 different stages, and you can choose which one to go to next after you've beaten a boss. But once you've beaten all 8 robot bosses, the game is not even remotely over. This game is so long, but it's so enjoyable. There, I timed that shot perfectly. Sorry if I eat a little bit of popcorn in your ear. My dog is looking at me intently. She loves popcorn. There, I threw some pieces for her. I also have a little bit of a Coke to drink. Boy, I was sweating bullets earlier today, but it's so much cooler now, and I've opened up all the windows. I've got the back door open, and I've got a fan blowing cool air in. Cooled off just in time because I needed to stain my deck. I got about halfway through. That took 2 cans of stain. So I need to go get a couple more. And now we're gonna face, don't laugh, Hard Man. Some of the names they come up with are awful. But this guy, if you beat him, he will give you this this missile type of knuckle that shoots out of your arm. And it can cause certain robot bosses a lot of damage. Now, if you want to take your time, you can shoot these bee things over and over again and possibly get some extra lives. You're not timed, so if you need to take time with something, don't hesitate to do so. There's these Venus flytrap guys that pop out of these certain areas. And here is where I would need to use the Rush coil or springboard. You can only use it once at a time, and you'll note that there are two meters. One is the life meter of the current weapon or rush form that you're in possession of, and then the other is your life meter. I hate those monkey robots. There were ones in Mega Man 2 that looked very similar. Yeah, we had record temperatures the last couple days in Beaverton, Portland area. Went and had a belated birthday celebration yesterday, and today I just stained my deck around 8 o'clock at night. Temperature cooled off quite a bit. Yeah, I hate those guys. They like to jump a lot. But yeah, the music in this game is just phenomenal. I bought this pretty much right when it came out, and I really enjoyed it. I was living with my mom and my stepdad in around Federal Way, Washington at the time, and I had a Nintendo. Shortly afterwards, I would get a Sega Genesis. I was working for Pizza Hut. I made the dough in the morning. I would make however much they needed for the day, and if they still needed more later in the day, they would call me up, and I would have to come in and make more. I would sometimes cook or put together pizzas or whatever. That was my job I had right when I graduated high school. I didn't work while I was at school. And here's Proto-Man again. Proto-Man, yeah, he's not a good guy or bad guy, really. Kind of an anti-hero, maybe. Maybe he's more of a good guy. If you pick up these energy tanks that say E on them, you can refill your energy anytime with one of those. And I needed to there, boy. But yeah, look out for those blue tanks that say E on them. They're kinda cheaty in this game, but make sure you collect them. There is a password feature in this game, and you'll see it when you press pause. Or no, after you beat a boss. I didn't slide very well under that guy. He still hit me. And we're gonna use Magnet Man's magnets on Hard Man. Again, that's such a terrible name. Get out of the way when he dives onto the ground. It will cause a lot of damage to you. And note that you pause when he hits the ground. I ran out of magnets, so I'm gonna have to just shoot him with my Mega Buster. And there he's dead. I was almost dead, but I knew I had just enough energy. The Mega Man series is probably, I don't know if it's still going on to this day, but it's one of Capcom's most enduring franchises. That and Resident Evil and Street Fighter. And that was the password screen. It has red dots and blue dots, and I think the blue dots indicate how many energy tanks you have. And this is Top Man's stage. Top Man, he might be the easiest boss in the whole game. Metal Man isn't, or Magnet Man isn't that hard. Metal Man was a boss in Mega Man 2. Bosses from Mega Man 2 will make an appearance in this game towards the very, very end, and you'll have to fight them again. We're going to use Rush's springboard. It says RC, which I think stands for Rush Coil. No, it's a spring. And there's an extra life there. Sometimes if you take a high road or a low road instead of like an easier road, then you'll be rewarded with an extra life or an energy tank or something. What a goofy enemy. A friggin' cat with balls of yarn and fleas. We're not going to do a playthrough by any means. We're just going to kind of skip through to various parts of the levels, just because it would take way too long for me to do a playthrough. Yeah, you can't get through that cat. You have to kill it first, and then you can get by it. There is a trick we will look at later that allows you to keep from dying when you fall into a pit or an abyss. Very, very useful trick. And here is Top Man. And yeah, he throws 3 tops that will descend on your location, so you need to get out of that location quickly and then jump over him when he spins at you.
using Hardman's knuckle on him really hurts, but when he's spinning, he will deflect your shots. Sorry, I'm going to be eating popcorn in your ear and drinking Coke in your ear on occasion. I didn't have any dinner, but I'm not super hungry. I had a big lunch. And now we're going to Shadow Man's stage. He has some of my favorite music in the whole game. I just love the tunes on this stage. Yep, and we get to face Proto Man again. On some of the stages he will appear, or maybe one of the stages he appears, but you don't have to fight him. But he loves to jump. Just shoot as much as you can and maybe slide under him when he jumps. This was his first appearance was in Mega Man 3. And these light things will turn out the lights, and you can't even see the platforms that you're standing on or trying to jump over to. Just love the music on this stage. These parachuting guys will try to knock you into the lava abyss. But if you stand far enough onto the platform, they can just knock you backwards a little bit. Yeah, at some point I put on infinite energy. I'm going to use Top Man's spin on Shadow Man, and it really hurts him. It's hard not to get hit when you do the spin on an enemy, because you have to come into contact with them when you're doing the spin, and it can hurt you very easily. I got Shadow Blade, and I got Rush's marine form, his submarine form. And like I might have mentioned, he starts with the springboard form, or the coil form. You'll have that automatically to start the game, but after that you have to collect his other two forms by beating certain bosses. Here is Sparkman's stage. And those things are annoying because they'll shoot this little force field that you'll often get hit by. Have to learn the timing to avoid getting hit. And I'm shooting Shadow Man's blades. You can shoot them up, left, right, or up left or up right. Can't shoot him down or below you in any way. And on these platforms, you don't want to jump off too early or jump off too late, but they'll put you into the spiked ceiling. But Mega Man can sure fall quite a ways and not die. Let this first block fall and then get on and jump off. Not sure, it looks like it's made out of dried macaroni and beans and rice, like a kid's arts and craft project. Whoops. Yeah, don't let those things knock you into the abyss there. Here is Sparkman, and he's not super hard. Especially with the Shadow Blade, that really hurts him. And there we go. I like that a lot of these weapons you can shoot right through walls to hit bosses. And I got Spark Shock. And next we're gonna look at parts, at least, of Snake Man's stage. All the music in this game is fantastic, but Shadow Man's and Gemini Man's are among my favorite tunes. This guy is he's more intimidating than the little snakeheads, but he's actually easier. Just learn to time your jump over those fireballs he shoots. His neck is all crooked. Yeah, there will be weapons that boss robot boss weapons that will work great against other robot bosses, and there will be robot boss weapons that'll work great against certain regular enemies. Oh, an extra life. Yeah, you can really rack up the extra lives on this game by beating certain enemies over and over again. And those question mark blocks are usually just energy restoration items inside for either your life meter or your weapon meter. And there are going to be these platforms that rise out of these columns. You might want to do a quick jump before they do that, because for some glitchy reason they may knock you into the pit. And now here is Snake Man. He's not super hard. Just have to avoid him when he comes to the left or right where you're standing. And you can shoot through that wall, thank goodness, to hit him repeatedly. And he only fires 2 or 3 snakes, and you can easily avoid those. Oh, just 2, I guess. His snakes are very useful against, I think it's Gemini Man. And they call it a search snake. And again, we're gonna use those snakes on Gemini Man. And we're going to play his stage now. I love the music on this stage, and I like the look of the stage. It's got these kind of 3D floors with little crystal type of components. Some of the enemies in this game are just really weird. There's penguins on this level, and Proto Man appears, but he just clears the way for me. That's all. And this part is really cool. There are these tadpole eggs. At least that's what they look like to me. And the enemies that you shoot out of them might give you extra lives. So try to shoot them all if you can. Rack up some extra lives, because this game, like I said, is really long. Definitely gonna want to use Rush Coil at this point. But yeah, you get to only bounce off of him once at a time, and that uses up a little life from his rush meter. Here we got a penguin with a friggin' crank on his head. What the hell were these developers smoking? But you can shoot the little penguins that he spits out over and over again for some extra lives as well. I do not have the Rush submarine yet, so I'm going to have to either use the Rush coil or just hop across to the platforms. Oftentimes, if you have to use like a Rush submarine or something that's going to eat up a lot of energy on their rush meter, there will be opportunities to refill it. And now we're going to face Gemini Man and throw snakes at him. Why did it have to be snakes? But yeah, he splits up into 2 and only one can take damage. And there, I hit him with enough snakes. And I will get the Gemini laser. Yep. And that is kind of lame. It has to ricochet around the room. And it's hard to hit Needleman with it, but it causes him some good damage. We are going to look at Needleman's stage here. He's got these porcupines that shoot these quills. If you can keep shooting his quills and keep the porcupine alive, that can drop some energy restoration items, or maybe 1-ups or something. Yeah, by this point I put on invincibility. I just wanted to beat Mega Man 3 quicker that way. I hate those cannon guys. You can move back and forth when you're sliding under a long ceiling. But you gotta watch out your timing with these spikes. It's Especially that one that can knock you into the abyss if your timing's poor. And now we're gonna face Needle Man. He's not a drug user. But once you get Needle Man's powers of injecting heroin into your bloodstream, no. Once you get Needle Man's powers of shooting the needle projectiles. Damn it! I hate how it keeps jumping. You can shoot his needles rapid fire by just holding down the fire button. Very nice. And now I got the needle cannon and the rush jet, which is a mobile platform. You just jump on it and then you can move it wherever you want to. And now we've got 4 new stages. They are patterned after Sparkman, Needleman, whoever's stages. But they will feature bosses from Mega Man 2. And the stages will be a good deal harder than the regular stages. And that I did a little cheat, and we'll look at that cheat later, and it's very, very handy. I'm going to use the Shadow Man's blade, to take out that spider. And note that this stage now has these rotating platforms. They'll be over spikes, of course. Touching a spike in the Mega Man games is, as far as I know, it's always instantly fatal. It certainly was in Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. Probably 4 as well. Unless you get hit and then you have 2 seconds of invincibility. If you fell on spikes with that 2-second invincibility time, you'll still live until it wears off. And once you beat a boss on these new 4 stages, whoops, careful the way that you fall down here. This is reminiscent of a stage on Mega Man 2 in Dr. Wily's castle or something. But yeah, jump on that block and then jump off. Don't jump too early or you'll get hit. Here is Quick Man from Mega Man 2. You want to use your snakes on Quick Man. Or maybe it's the ghost of Quick Man put in some new robot body. I kind of gave up on trying to figure out the logic in Mega Man games. The games are fun though, so who cares? And then once you beat 2 of those Mega Man 2 bosses, then you go to one of the other 4 areas. Yeah, I played Mega Man 1 a lot. I used to own that for the NES. It took me a long time to warm up to it, but yeah, there you can stand on those spikes for a couple seconds while you have that recovering from a hit invincibility. But yeah, I played Mega Man 1 for a long time before I could warm up to it. Then I really started to get into it. I really like Mega Man 1. But it's just gonna miss this top 20 list, I'm afraid. Sorry, I had to drink a Coke in your ear. And this is Airman from Mega Man 2. I don't know what you folks have going on for your mask mandate for the coronavirus, if you can take the masks off yet. I cannot, not yet. It's supposed to be lifted on Wednesday from what I'd heard though, but only for like restaurants and stores. I don't know about public transportation. I know that I'm still going to have to wear it at work for the hospital. I can't wait till that's over, though. It's I can feel it affecting my lungs and my face. Having to breathe in my own hot breath, it's really not good for me. But gotta wear it. Hopefully not for too much longer. This weird enemy, you have to hit the cross on his head. This is just kind of a sub-boss. There was some notorious slowdown there on that sub-boss. And there's moments where the game slows down, and it's slowing down a bit here. That turned off some gamers, but I still think this is a fantastic entry in the Mega Man series. There's Crash Man from Mega Man 2. And you want to use the hard knuckle on him. Hard Man, that is just such a terrible name. Don't know what I did to excite Hard Man, but... And here's another stage with a couple robot bosses on it. So yeah, the bosses that you face and that you might want to use a weapon on. Magnet Man, you want to use the Mega... Oh, what was it? Was it Needle Man that you wanted to use on him? I can't remember. Maybe it was Spark Shot. Hard Man you used magnets on. Top Man you used the hard knuckle. Shadow Man, top spin. Spark Man, Shadow Blade. Snake Man, that might have been Needle Man. Gemini Man, Snakes, and Needle Man, Gemini Laser. And this was Flash Man from Mega Man 2, and Flash Man could freeze you in place and shoot at you. Mega Man 2 was, in my opinion, the best game in the series of the games that I'd played. The games that I'd played was only Mega Man 1 to 4. I had not played any of the other ones. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for the NES. Yeah, Mega Man 2 will be later on this list. Now the spiders can climb or descend ladders, and they come out of those holes in the ceiling. I don't know if you've noticed. We'll scoot forward to BOMBMAN from Mega Man 2, and note that there is a spike ceiling, and if you hold down the jump button, you'll jump really high and right into those spikes, so don't do that. Use the Shadow Blade on BOMBMAN. That was really kind of a dumb name for a boss. BOMBMAN. The power of bubbles. And this is Shadow Man's stage. And you gotta watch out for some spikes here. Don't jump too early off that platform or you'll hit your head on a ceiling spike. Now we've got these platforms that open up when you stand on them, so you gotta jump off real quick. And those guys that turn off the lights again. You know what? Screw this. I'm gonna put on the Rush Jet. I'm gonna fly up here, and I'll be able to shoot the guy that turns off the lights, so that I can turn the lights back on. Yeah, if you can get the Rush Jet before having to go to these stages with these annoying drops, then get him first and use him over those areas. Save you a lot of grief. Now we use Needle Man on Woodman. He was kind of a tough boss from Mega Man 2. But yeah, use that rapid fire needles. Just hold the fire button down. You'll just keep shooting him. You'll whittle his energy down to nothing in no time. We'll just look at some more parts of this stage.
more of those parachuting guys. Just love the music to this stage, it's fantastic. It's hard to hit those frog guys sometimes. And here is Heat-Man from Mega Man 2. And you want to use the top spin on him. Since I have invincibility on by this point, invincibility cheat, I'm just gonna go in there and keep hitting him until he dies. But yeah, if you can kind of pull away in mid-air while you're jumping at a boss with the top spin, you might be able to damage him and pull away before he damages you. And they call Proto Man Breakman right here, but you have to face him one more time. It's not a great idea to use the rush jet to try to shoot at him, because he jumps pretty high and he can still shoot you. It's best to, I'm not sure what weapon actually works best against Proto Man. Maybe just your Mega Buster is as good as you need. But eventually you'll go to this other scenario. Oh no, right after we received the last element, I don't know what that's about, Wily ran off with Gamma. They eloped? I have no idea. I don't know the story behind these games very well, these Mega Man games, but there's Wily's usual pose. He wiggles his eyebrows at you, and he flies a UFO. And he has a castle with a big old skull on it. Could have used the rush coil to get that extra life there, and there's a top from the Top Man stage. And there's penguins that attack you. It makes me think of the penguins from Mega Man 1, except those would explode when you shot them. And we're going to use the Rush Marine, RM, or Rush Submarine. And you can shoot with the submarine. And these blocks can be destroyed with the hard knuckle, much like certain walls could be destroyed in Mega Man 2 with the crash bomb. And that'll allow me to go get that 1-up. Yeah, you can really rack up the 1-ups in this one, in this game. Yeah, you'll need to do little slides, but try not to fall onto the spikes. Oh, we're gonna skip these stupid blocks. They appeared in the very first Mega Man, and they were super annoying in that game. We're just gonna take the rush jet and skip them. And now this is a different type of boss. You have to use the top spin. You have to remember the abbreviations for the different boss powers. But this boss is the easiest. You just do the top spin at these turtles every time one appears, and you'll take off energy meter from that vehicle at the top. And there we go. But just anytime you think that maybe you've finally beaten this game, oh no, they throw another curve your way. Yeah, these platforms are annoying. Yeah, you can shoot those bees over and over again, and that extra life is stuck in the floor. I can't get it. You can get extra lives through them, and here's some notorious slowdown. Yeah, it happens, but it's still a fantastic game. I still love Mega Man 3. Here's the next boss. And guess what? It's the annoying Cyclops from Mega Man 1. You have to jump over his body parts as they fly at you, and then build the Cyclops. And then he hardly gives you any time to hit him. And
you want to use the shadow blade on him. I just hate this guy. Sometimes his parts will bounce to the other side. You can stand directly under his eye and just shoot repeatedly straight above you. You can cause some nice damage. And that's the end of the Cyclops. He appears in a lot of Mega Man games, and I really hate him. One thing that was appearing in some Mega Man games that I don't think appeared in this one was false floors. You could just drop down onto a bed of spikes or something in some of the other Mega Man games. Not this one, fortunately. Now we have these moving platforms that you gotta watch out for the spikes as you try to get to the ladder. And now you have 3 Mega Man clones. Only one of them can be hit. But when you find the one that you can hit, use the snakes. I hope you all are managing to stay cool. It was record temperatures the last couple days in my area. Painfully hot. I hate this guy. Stop it! Let me get out of here. But now you face all the 8 robots again from Mega Man 3. And there's the 8 teleporters. Once you've beaten them all, then you can advance through that door at the bottom right. And use the certain boss weapons against them to make the fight shorter. Use Gemini laser on Needle Man. And you can collect a energy restoring icon after you've beaten each boss. If you're standing over the teleporter after you beat the boss, you won't have time to go over and get the icon. You'll be automatically whisked back to the this main screen here. I just wanted you to see the different bosses that appear in the different chambers. Different rooms. Use Spark against Magnet Man. And I use the Shadow Blade against Spark Man. I love that you can shoot a weapon through a wall. Really, really, really helpful. Just scoot forward to me. Facing all these robots. Yeah, it was not long after I'd bought Mega Man that I started getting the Genesis. But Mega Man 3 was definitely one of my favorite games for the NES. I mean, it's in my top 10 list, so I obviously liked it a lot. Yeah, once I finish my 20 from NES series, I'm gonna do some different types of videos. My brother and I have gone to a lot of restaurants and done some reviews, so we'll show that off one of these days. And again, there's Top Man, and you want to use the hard knuckle on him and use the top spin against Shadow Man. Yeah, we will look later on at a trick to allow you to jump back out of abysses. And there's another trick that could be very useful. Yeah, anytime you can refill your weapon or rush meters, do so. Here's a Dr. Wily type of boss. You want to do a little jump and take out that little cannon at the bottom. Ouch. And now fire Shadow Man blades from below Dr. Wily. I don't know why I used rush here. That really isn't. You can shoot the bubble that Dr. Wily is in, but he'll duck and you'll miss him, and then that'll just keep your rush meter will keep draining. There we got him. But you know what? That's not the real Dr. Wily. Looks like the fake denizens of Rock Ridge in Blazing Saddles. That's a funny movie. I'll have to watch it again someday. I have it on Blu-ray, I believe. Yeah, you can really rack up the extra lives in this game. And now we are almost to the end, I believe. You can get over to this platform over here to the right. You can't shoot him in the head with your regular shots. You might be able to use a top spin on him, but my favorite technique is just going below him and firing up Shadow Man blades at him. Now you have to watch out for this hand that'll kill you instantly if it touches you with its spike fingers or whatever that is. But yeah, if you use the cheat, which is hold right on controller 2 when you jump with controller 1, and you will jump super high, and then you can use top spin on Dr. Wily to beat the game. And Proto Man saved Mega Man, but Dr. Wily, he might be buried, but underneath a boulder and killed. But no, he's not. We'll see him later on. Mega Man, you've regained consciousness. I found you lying here when I arrived. And there's the whistle theme from Proto Man. And now we're going to see the ending of Mega Man 3. And we'll also see a list of robots. The Mega Man 1 robots. There will also be a robot by the name of Roll, and it is a female-made robot. And Mega Man's alternate name is Rockman. So there's Rock and Roll, kind of stupid. Yeah, there's Roll, housekeeping robot. And Mega Man, former assistant to Dr. They call him Dr. Wright here. His real name is Dr. Light, I believe. He was a good robot maker. And Dr. Wily is a bad robot maker. And there is Dr. Wily's ship appearing to land at the top of that tree. And now we're going to see the credits for Mega Man 3. Fantastic game in the Mega Man series, created by Capcom in 1990. Definitely loved this game. A lot of fun. Yeah, the slowdown is kind of annoying. It doesn't happen all the time, though, fortunately. But this was game number 9 in our 20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System series. And yep, there's going to be another Mega Man game later on in the series. I'll just let the cat out of the bag. It's going to be Mega Man 2. Mega Man 1 will just barely miss the cut for the top 20. But it's definitely worth checking out. Mega Man 4 was pretty good too, from what I remember. I've never played Mega Man 5 or 6. But at that point I was like, there's too many Mega Man games. And then there was Mega Man 7 for the Super Nintendo, and a number of other games too as well in the Mega Man series for that and other consoles. There was some spin-offs as well, I believe. That was Mega Man 3 by Nintendo, or for the Nintendo Entertainment System, by Capcom in 1990. And in just a moment, we'll look at those tricks that I mentioned more in depth. They can make the game a lot more interesting. they can really save your bacon. That is Mega Man 3. Now let's look at the controller. If you hold right on controller 2 and press jump on controller 1, you can jump really high, or you can jump straight out of pits and not die from falling to your death. Let's beat this top spinning guy first. Damn it. Yeah, we'll just fall into the abyss here. Hold right on controller 2 and jump. Whee! If you fall in again, you can keep jumping out, but you have less time to jump out before the game declares you dead. And now, if you hold up on controller 2, you will slow down the action, possibly to your benefit, especially versus bosses. And we'll look at that versus Top Man. Yeah, if you do these tricks, the sound may cut out. But let's go do the slow motion trick. And hold up on controller 2, and it'll look weird. See, you get hurt slower. Certain things happen slower. I have more shots I can fire at him. Yeah, things just look weird, but you might still have an advantage with that trick. But that was Mega Man 3, game number 9 in R20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System series. Great sequel in the Mega Man series by Capcom in 1990. I thank you very much for watching Mega Man 3, game number 9 in R20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System series. Hope you join me soon for game number 8. Stay cool, everybody, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.